Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with, first of all, a Happy New Year greeting to you all. And my final layout share, or my share of the last layouts of 2022. And let's see, this is the first one that I've done this past week, I guess. The date is, so it goes back as far as the 15th of December. And this was number 427, and I finished, I think I have 13 here, so I got up to 439. Couldn't make it to 440. So, I'm just going to quickly go through these. There are videos on all of these, but I kind of wanted to go through in case you missed the video. This was done for my Bramble Fox Challenge Team post, and the challenge was to step outside of your comfort zone. And my nemesis in scrapbooking is triangles. I don't respond well. My eyes don't feel comfortable when I look at designs that include triangles. It's just a shape I can't get cozy with. So I decided that I would punch a bunch of triangles out of this paper from Warm Wishes by Vicki Boutin and make a tree. And there are many ways I could have made a tree that would have maybe looked a little more like a tree, but I had the idea that I wanted to arrange it this way with overlapping triangles, and I wanted to curl the ends. So I did. And I put a lot of Bramble Fox perspectives. This is the cutest thing I have ever seen in my life. It's a gnome with little reindeer horns. Or reindeer antlers, I guess you call them. I absolutely love this. And then, of course, there's the gnome home. And then there's this one with the polka dotted cap. Their gnomes are absolutely adorable. I haven't used the pink ones. These were all the red ones. I used all the red and green to go with the collection. But for some reason, I just love this page. And the thing I like most about it is this little goofy candy swirl kind of up here off center. And it didn't make any sense, but I did this little thing. Overall, the design I don't think is particularly well balanced, but I love it. And I love that photo of Reese. I'd swear she's looking for the tree skirt. And you know what's funny is I never did find the tree skirt. I had the tree skirt and all of the stockings in the same box. And I went through all the boxes that I could handle. That was John's job to pull all those things down. And I just didn't do it and didn't ask anyone else to come help me do it. And so I couldn't find it. So it's either down at the bottom of the stack, or something occurred to me. It might be under a bunch of stuff. That might have ended up in the garage. So that's a place I'll have to look. So nice to find the tree skirt now that Christmas is over. So anyway, so this is the first of my shares. I said I was going to do it quickly. There are a lot of Patrice pages in here because I visited Patrice while during this period or just before these layouts, and she got very ill, and I went to see about her and ended up a lot. Her health is not as bad as feared, and she recovered from the acute problems that she had. And so I spent many days there with her, just hanging out with her, just spending time, and we had a wonderful time. And this is one of the photos I took where you can see her penguin, several penguins, and Rick Springfield. So I can't say which she likes better, penguins or Rick Springfield, but it's probably a close contest. And I used some Bramble Fox on here too, and this is Pink Fresh. I think this was done for Pink Fresh Friday. It was. And this is Simple Story Saturday. Another Patrice page, another penguin. She posed with the Christmas tree and the polar bear that were in the lobby of the hotel that I stayed in. And I did another triangle with and made a tree out of it with some decorations. And all of these decorations are from Bramble Fox. They came in the Advent calendar last year. Well, except for the Holy Moly circles and the blue heart. And this came from maybe a couple winters ago, and this was from this Christmas. So, and all of these papers are from a calendar insert that I got at a sale. And I think I ordered the rest of what would make up the calendar, and then I used all of this. I don't know what I'm going to do when I get the rest of the stuff in. So anyway, this one is a scrap lift from us. It was Scrap Squad Sunday, a makeup. I missed, I went to see Patrice. I left on a Saturday, and I didn't do Scrap Squad Sunday that Sunday. So when I got back, I did that one, and then I did another one. So this was the original lift. It's kind of a vertical design with a checkered part. I used 'Tis the Season by, I'm losing it now. Let's see, did I write it down? I did not write it down. The collection is 'Tis the Season, Pretty Little Studio. How can I forget that? And I absolutely love it. When I got the collection, I got every piece of it. And it went really well with these Christmassy flares, which were from the Flare Hut, and I think it was from the Advent calendar from this year. This is a sketch. It's from the Sketchy Recipe Challenge, the Sketchy Recipe Extravaganza, and I did this for my Scrap Backwards Weekly page, and this was the original sketch, and I used all of these supplies from my Scrap Backwards kit, which I did a pretty good job of killing. I used all of the papers and a whole lot of the scraps. That's where all of this came from. So, and it's a picture of Reese with her Christmas presents, including the harness, which she's not too happy about. And this is another Patrice page. It is the Scrap Squad Sunday, the next Scrap Squad Sunday that I did, that had all these cute little envelopes done by Natalie D'Souza with, I think she used Fernwood. I used Warm Wishes by Vicki Boutin, another penguin. Patrice and I were shopping at Hobby Lobby and found the penguins. We stopped in there to get a gift bag for the gift for my brother and sister-in-law. And she's, in this photo, she's looking through the Rick Springfield mini book that I made her, and I videoed that. So she absolutely loved it, and she's got it laid out on her bed, and she kisses it goodnight before she goes to sleep. So these flare are from this was my Dottie About Flare design team page. And actually that wasn't the Scrap Squad Sunday. It was I don't think I combined it there. So I did use Scrap Squad Lift, but I made these envelopes out of Warm Wishes papers, and used, I think everything there is Warm Wishes and Flare Hut Flare, so including the background is Warm Wishes. So this is a strange page about stain removal. It's sketchy recipe time again, and I found this frame to go there. I used 49 and Market Plum Grove rub-ons for my mixed media, and then papers from my, did I use my Scrap Backwards kit? I think I must have. I'm not sure where those papers would have come from, if not from there. But I used a giant XL flare and another flare that said Mom, because I was being such a mom, telling my son that he should not get rid of these shoes just because he spilled something he didn't think he could get out. I assembled all my stain removal stuff, and I got them sparkly, snowy white, nicer than they were, and you can kind of see my reflection in the mirror in my bathroom. And I was being such a mom. Oh, Mom. That's kind of the attitude I get. This is a page I like more every time I look at it. It's another sketch from Lisa, the lovely Lisa Sikorsky at Scrap-A-Sketch, and it's part of the sketchy recipe. And you'll see on here I list the ingredients, and I don't think I need to tell you about all of those. This was for Challenge Accepted, the series that I do with Shannon Allor, and I think Shannon and I both had announced that we're going to take a break the early part of this year. I'm not quite sure when we're going to come back, but we both have some projects that we want to concentrate on, and so we're going to give ourselves that extra day in a week and not be doing Challenge Accepted on Thursday. So we'll be back, and we'll be around. You'll see plenty of stuff from us. I just absolutely love this. Lots of different kinds of greens. I used a template, and then I used one of Lisa's stencils to do the rays there. So, and it's about Patrice singing along to the radio, so it's kind of like the sound coming out of the radio. At least that's my goofy interpretation of it. This is a page that I did for Off the Board with Crystal Barrett, or Pineapple Papers, and this was the pen from Pinterest that I have had to copy. And what struck me, what I liked the most, were the cork letters, and I love cork embellishments. Right on my desk I keep a set of them and use them as often as I can, but I didn't use any on this page. This is about the photos about James wearing his Christmas shoes and covered up with a soft blanket that Reese enjoys lying down on, and they're watching movies when I was visiting Patrice, and he and Reese had the house to themselves when Ava, Katie, and Barrett were with their moms. And I used some Bramble Fox and some Dottie About Flare. We're still Dottie About Flare, but it's called the Flare Hut these days. And I called this one Love Story. I love this page. I especially like that stripy flare. I think I have another one or two of those in my collection. I spent about 3 hours of quality time sitting down with all the flare that I'd ordered, and the design team flare and other extras and things that Adam sent me, and I organized my boxes and trays and put them all away. This was a fun page that I over embellished. This is the original, and this is kind of my journaling about kind of what was going on. There was some drama, and this was me reminiscing about these wonderful days when the biggest drama was whether or not they put their dirty clothes in the hamper or not. And these days things get bigger as there. But I love this. There's a big story to me here. We hadn't gotten our kitchen built out yet in the basement, and we weren't living here full time. I hadn't pulled up the carpet and laid down the floor. We'd gotten a new bed because we staged our other house with the old bed. Everything was all still there, but we needed something to sleep on. And I just pulled some cheapo furniture that I had in the garage. There's John's pill minder there, and the kids are eating. They're drinking hot chocolate on Christmas morning, and they're they're waiting for their, whatever it is I was going to serve them, maybe toasted waffles or something like that. And they're eating on Halloween plates left over from Allie's birthday party because she has an October birthday. And it's just life captured. Perfect name for this. It happened to be Christmas, so I put a few Santa Clauses around. But I put an alligator for Alligator, and I put a squirrel for baby squirrel Ava, and a bee for Barrett, who's called Bee, and a ladybug for Katybug. And the ladybug and bee were gifts to me from my friend Di, who is sent them all the way from Australia. So thank you, Di, again for everything. So I'm going to put these in the recycle bin. I'm going to be using less paper. I've been given this iPad mini by James. So far, we haven't figured out how to, he set it back to factory settings, but he can't disassociate it from his Apple ID. So we're going to go down to the Apple store and do that. Then what I'll do is I'll bring up the original, whatever I'm lifting, like the things that I print here. I won't print them. I'll bring them up on here, and I'll be able to show them on the screen that I'm recording on, which is my phone. And I reorganized some things, and my plugs don't stay on the table as well as they did. So it'll be a new process that I hope to put in place in the next few days. And this is Mixed Media Mayhem. And for the hop this month, we were doing the lift of this Missy Whidden page. And I absolutely loved it. And I got out my 49 and Market acetate leaves and butterflies and 49 and Market background paper. And oh, look, the mixed media came through. It kind of looks good right there too. And then I cut strips, and I used the 49 and Market washi tape that looks like stitching. And I love how it came out. And this is not glued down, so I don't love that, but I'm gonna fix it right now. And these photos are a couple of my favorites of John and me together. I like this one. That was taken on one of our anniversaries, and we're holding up a toast at one of our favorite restaurants, and the family was with us, and James took the photo. And then this was, I had to be a selfie, but we were in Bora Bora, and just we hadn't gone yet to our little cabin, but I wanted to take a picture in front of them. And another Patrice page. This one a photo taken on Christmas morning. And I'm doing another, this was a bonus sketch in the Sketchy Recipe Extravaganza, another Lisa Sikorsky sketch. And I used some more Flare Hut Christmas Flare, some Bramble Fox snowflakes, and holly leaves and a berry. And then this snowdrift scene was from last year, and it's just the perfect color for the background on this flare. And Patrice is standing in front of my sister-in-law and brother's tree, and her sweater says, "I'll be home for Christmas." And I had a comment that they're surprised I didn't find an owl to tuck in there somewhere. So I'm on the hunt through my collection for an owl, and when I come across one, I'll know that I need to stick it kind of maybe right in here, or put it beside the penguin, or maybe up here. So lots of places I could put an owl. And this is my last page for the year, and it is a twofer. I scrap lifted this, which was the December challenge at Craft Plus, and I had done this page for a mixed media frenzy or mixed media mayhem back in May of 2021. And I had used a photo of John, just one photo, and then instead of the other two photos, I had a journaling block there. But I did stamped butterflies and stamped and stenciled mixed media. It was very heavy on the mixed media. Unlike this one, I have two large stamps, and I did some stenciling with a brand new Bramble Fox stencil. But And I used pictures of John. I had forgotten that I'd used photos of John in the original lift. I recognized the outline. I had done that outline, and I didn't do that on this one. I did my journaling around the outside, but these are photos I just discovered of John night before last, and so I did this layout the next day. Just absolutely gorgeous smile, gorgeous smiling eyes. And this is how I remember him. And he's also a penguin lover. And Adam designed a set of flair called John's Sunflowers, because he's a sunflower. He loved sunflowers. Sunflowers and penguins, they don't exactly go together, but I figure the penguins came from when he was stationed in Thule, Greenland, back in the Air Force. And most days they couldn't go outside. It was too cold that it was dangerous to go outside. And so that idea just kind of freaks me out. And sunflowers are from when he moved down to Houston, and everything was a lot sunnier and warmer than in Michigan and Ohio, where he had grown up and gone to school. So anyway, I love this page, and I love how the colors, Christmas colors, pop on a craft background. I just love that. And so I'm very happy with this page. Happy that I knew that my last page of the year was going to be about John, but and I'm really happy with how it turned out. All of the embellishments or warm wishes, and including the punched butterflies. So thank you for watching, and I look forward to sharing stuff with you in 2023. I may have a large project that I'm going to kind of introduce, and I'll probably do some videos that are updates to that project. Each month, I'm going to select a different box of printed photos. These are miscellaneous 1980s, 81 through, I think the last that is 87, but I don't necessarily trust that I got the dates right when I organize these things. And there are special events like the last game in the Astrodome using the old scoreboard, which was way ahead of its time when it was installed, but it was time for a new one. So I took 1,000,000 photos of the scoreboard, and there's a story there, of course, about the score. And then I have some photos of T-shirts that and one of my favorite garden photos I'd completely forgotten about. I loved growing tulips and other bulbs, and then I can see that I have some petunias planted here. It's definitely a springtime garden, and this it's in this box that I found these photos of John, and I scan them, and so I have to come up with a workflow process. Like, for instance, I find this photo and I want to scrap it. If this is a good size for me to scrap, I will scan it and put a date on it so that I have it electronically, but I will use this photo on my page because the colors are clear and it's a nice size. Let me find one like this one. This needs some work. This is not an acceptable photo. I'm wearing a shirt that belonged to my dad, and I bought it for him when he was in the hospital, where he, after having a heart attack, and then in the hospital he had another heart attack and died. And so this was a very precious shirt to me. It's not a particularly good photo of me, but I love the place that we were, which was Hawaii. And it's a photo of John there. Neither of these is good. The colors have deteriorated, and maybe they weren't that great photos in the first place. So I'll probably scan them and do some enhancing or filtering or something to get green palm leaves and the red shirt and so forth to tell the story. And then these, I don't want to throw them away, so they'll go back in the box and they'll be scanned and they'll be electronically, but I will scrap the enhanced ones. So that's kind of a brief overview of my workflow. There will be photos like these. I love palm trees, and I just took dozens of photos of palm trees around the grounds of the hotel where we were staying. And there's not much of a story there. The photos have kind of deteriorated. I probably won't scrap those, but I won't throw them away either. They'll kind of go in here, and maybe I'll add some more dividers that talk about where we were and stuff like that. And maybe if I'm inclined, if there's enough about a certain place or a certain event, I might add in some Project Life pages, some pocket pages, and put some of the photos in there. So that's just an idea of this project I'm starting. I have 12 of these boxes. So I'm going to do one each month. So this is my January box. So we'll see how that goes. So anyway, that's what you'll be seeing me do instead of Challenge Accepted, and instead of a couple of the other series that I have cut back on. So I'll be doing a lot of Scrap Backwards. I'll be doing Mixed Media Mayhem. I'll be doing Pink Fresh Fridays once a month, and Simple Stories Saturdays once a month. But I'm going to try to work this in conjunction with my Scrap Backwards kit. So we'll see how that goes. Again, thank you for watching, and thank you for all of your support and all of your interest. Thank you for all of the thumbs up, likes on YouTube, and the comments, because all of that goes into just helping me feel close to you all, and really increases my enjoyment of the time I spend with you. And I thank you very much for that. Bye.